Okay, so welcome to Faraday's Juniors channel. And then today we are going to analyze 3D planes. And I said 3D is very important in nature because most of the system we analyze, even the human beings, we are all 3D in nature. So it's very important we analyze certain systems in 3D. Okay, and this is a particular problem that was with us here. So these are the rules we are going to follow. So let's look at this particular plane. So we have our reference plane in 3D where we have this particular side to be J, I, we have the J, and then finally we have the K. So we are going to choose our own reference. You can also choose your own. Where we see that what anytime the force is moving in the what the x plane, it becomes what positive. This is our direction. If it is moving in the k plane, it becomes what positive. And finally, if it is moving in the j plane, it becomes what positive. It means that any force that moves in opposite direction, that is, if it is moving down, it becomes what negative. If it is moving the other way, it becomes what negative. And finally, if it is moving in this way, it becomes what negative. Having this one in mind, we now move on to the main force to now resolve it. And it's just about movement we are going to do following this particular criteria. Okay, let's start. So now there was a particular question that was presented to us. They say that the tension in the guy wire is 2500, which is what we have here. Determine the component in what? The x plane alone. So we are looking at what? This particular for the amount it is given in the x plane. The amount it is given in the what? In the y plane, and finally the amount is given what in the j plane. That is what we are going to do here. Now the question says that what of the forces acting on the boat at what a, so it is acting at what a, and we know that tension always acts in opposite direction to where it is what the action is what taking place, right? That means that the force is actually moving from a to where to b. Having that one in mind. Okay, so in the movement, our main aim is to find the what? The movement using the unit vector. And we know the unit vector is always the vector divided by what? Its magnitude. So we're now going to find what? The force from A to where? B. That is what? AB. So we are moving to from A to where? B. So if you are moving from A to B, you can either move using this paths that we have here. So we move from A to where? This particular side. That means that we have moved in the what? The direction of what? The K. Can you see that? Because this is parallel to this. You can see that. So we have moved in the direction of the K. So we have what? 30 what? K. You get it? And then after that, we move from where? This particular side. That means where? To the center. So you move from this side to this plane, and then finally we move to what? The center. And if moving to the center, we are moving in this direction. That means that we are moving in the opposite direction to the direction we set. That means it's going to be negative. So we have what? Minus what? Minus 40 what? I. And then after that, we can also move here to where we are moving to, which of course we are moving in the direction of what we said, and it's what? Positive. So we are going to get plus what? 80 what? J. Thank you. So this is the vector. So the magnitude of the vector, this is a particular vector. Its magnitude will now be equal to root of what? This particular value square, right? And then finally we have what? 80 squared. So the vector AB magnitude will now be equal to what? 94.3 what? Meters. Thank you. So now what do we do next? The next thing that we'll do is to find the unit vector. And I say the unit vector is the same as what? The vector itself divided by what? Its magnitude. You get it? So we can find the unit vector for all. 30 divided by what? 94.3 plus what? So we have this one to be negative, right? So let's arrange it well, starting from I. We have negative 40 divided by what? 94.3 what? Ix, right? Plus what? 80 j divided by what? 94.13. And then finally we have what? 30 divided by what? 94.3 what? Ik, right? Very good. Ik, okay, very good. And then J. Okay. So Ij. Okay. So what will be the next thing? The next thing we will do is to find the force itself. So we know that anytime we want to find the force is the same as what? The unit vector, which is this one, times the what? The resultant what? Force. Can you see that? Sum the force itself. Then that means that the force will now be equal to what? What we have here, which is negative 40 divided by what? 94.3 plus what? 80. So if we want the force, So let's have this one in mind. The easier way for us to solve it. So let's say we are looking for the force what? Theta x, right? Or force fx. So we can say our force fx is equal to what? Taking the magnitude, right? Because the magnitude multiplied by what? The resultant. So this one will give us what? Negative 40 on what? 94.3 times what? The resultant for which is 2,500. Can you see that? 2,500. What will be the value? Minus what? 1060 what? Newton. Now let's look at the force make at what? Y. That will be the same as what? The unit vector times what? The resultant force, right? So the force Y will be what? What's the unit vector for that one? That will be 80 on what? 94.3 times what? 2,500. And that will give us 2120 what? Newton. And then finally we have F of what? F of Z. The force is making with a Z, which is the same as what? The unit vector, which is what? 30 over what? 94.3 times what? 2,500. Which will finally give us a value of what? 79 what? 5 what? Newton. So that is the forces. Now the next thing that we'll do is to find the angle. The angle theta x is making with the what? The theta x, theta y, and theta z. So we want to look for the angles. And then we know that unit vector is the same as the vector divided by its magnitude. So let's assume we have a particular plane like this. So where we have what? F of x here, right? F of y. And then we have what? The resultant. Now if we want to resolve into the x plane, you know that the theta, let's say cos theta, will be equal to what? The f of x, right? Divided by what? F of r. So we are saying that the unit vector is the same as what? The vector itself. Can you see that? Divided by its magnitude. That means that anytime we want to find the force alone in the what? X plane, the angle in the x plane, we can see that what? Cos what? X is the same as what? The vector in the x plane. Of course, in this case, the vector in the x plane is what? The unit vector in the x plane is what? Where is it? In the x plane is this, which is minus what? 40 on what? 94 point what? 0.3. And that means that this is the vector, which is the f of x, divided by what? The magnitude. Cos theta x, sorry. So it means that our theta x will now be equal to cos inverse of what? Minus 40 on what? 94.3. And that will give us a certain value, which is what? What will be the value? 115 point what? 0.1 Newton. Now, if you want to look, sorry, it is angle, that will be degrees. So let's look for theta what? Y, right? So theta y means that we should go to y plane and pick the what? The unit vector. They want to do it straight. That will give us what? Cos inverse of what? 80 on what? 90 what? 4.13. And that will be equal to 82 what? 32 what? Degrees. Now let's look at theta what? Z. That means that we should go to what? The Z plane, right? And then if we go to Z plane, we have what? 30 on what? 94.3. And that will give us a certain value, which is what? 71 point what? 5 degrees. Thank you very much. And that is all for the 3D. So if you are looking for what? A particular direction, a particular plane, this is what we do. Yeah, sometimes they can also ask you to find the direction between the what? X and Y plane. And that means that you need to consider the unit vector for the two planes. And then find the what? The resolution for all. That is going to give you a unit vector in what? XY plane. If they are assuming they are telling you to find a unit vector in the what? Y z plane. That means they are going to add the summation of the two unit vector divided by the magnitude of all the three. And that will give you the unit vector in the what? Y z plane. Very good. So that is all, and you take the cos inverse of it. So that is all for 3D. And then if you have any question, we can drop it in the comment section, of which I know it will not be easy. Thank you very much.